Hello all, Matt here from Vectis 3D Models. Today I've been sent in a van from a customer who was a bit unsure what it may need to have an NEM pocket on it. I suggested Dapol, Airfix converters and Hornby as well, because I used a similar one back in the 90s, and this one's no different. However, this one is slightly different because the block here doesn't have a retainer clip over the top. It has sort of retaining flaps which come over at a 90-degree angle, causing an enclosure so you can fit your coupling. So it's the same sort of coupling which clips around the central post, which you can see there, and it just pulls out. So to get these ones, which are the Dapol, Hornby, Airfix type, what you'll need to do is unfortunately use some glue on this one, because the sides, you can't actually clip them in. So what you'll need to do is have a knife, a sharp knife, and also a needle file just to smooth it down. Maybe some clippers as well, cutters. So what we need to do is cut off the wings at certain points, or the certain thickness of the sides, so they're the right width, so this can fit. And then what we need to do is clean that up, then cut off the post, file that down flush as per originally. What you also need to do is cut off some of the height of this block, so the converter here sits nice and flat. As you can see, I've already done one. So I'll take you through step by step, showing how to do it, and let's get on with it. Okay, so all prepped. We've taken the coupling hook out, don't need that anymore. You can see I've measured from the side and how thick the side piece is. That's about 1.3 mil. I've also scored it down each side so I know where to cut. What you'll need is a sharp knife. I have a Swan Morton knife with a very sharp blade in it, and you just keep scoring down the sides until you're through the plastic. It's not very thick, so it'll take a few minutes each, and then after that we'll clean up the sides, any rough areas, and then we'll get on removing the post. So we have cut off the wings, or retaining wings, of the retaining block or coupling block. I filed down the sides, so now it's nice and open, and you can see it's the correct width for the central section of this converter. So that's pretty straightforward. That's all been cleaned up with a file. So what I need to do now is remove this post, which you may need to remove the wheel set to file it down flush with the top surface. You might be able to cut them off with some Jurons or something like that to nice flush cut it, and you will still need to finish it off with a file. So I'll do that now, and we'll come back to it. So you can see I've trimmed off the middle retaining post with some cutters here. A bit broken, these ones. I've removed the wheel set because it's better access from this direction rather than that one. So all that it needs now is a needle file, and we'll file that down flush with the top surface. So it'll take a few minutes to get there, but that's all you need to do. Then what we'll need to do after that is we'll need to remove the tops of a retainer, just so it brings it down to the correct height, so we can actually get the actual converter on there. So as you can see, I've removed the tops, so it's just a U shape now on the other side. So that makes it nice and flush on the bottom, and nice and easy in access from the top. So that pretty much finishes the work. Just need to check the converter goes into place. Obviously there's not going to be any retaining on the side, so this is why it needs to be glued. But just check for channel is level with the back of it. You can see there, nice and level, nice and flat all the way through. So what I need to do now is add a little bit of glue on the sides so it doesn't obscure the channel at all or block the channel. So a little bit of glue on the outer edges of the flat base. So as I say, you don't want any glue in the channel, otherwise you can't get a coupling in there. So I'll get some glue on that and see how we get on. Okay, so the glue has dried. I've used some araldite on these as it doesn't run too much. Just be careful when you put the converters on. So they're all glued and in place. Got our couplings here, NEM, KD and standard tension lock. So let's just slide one in and have a look. Nice and secure, nice good sounding click. As you can see, all good. Looks very nice. And on the other end, this is a KD18. Nice clip, nice slot. Nice height off the table. And the shank in line with the front of the buffer heads. So there we are, all done, ready to go. So this will be going back to its owner very soon. Hope you've enjoyed this and hope it's helped instruct you in how to fit NEM converters. If you need any, links are below in the description, and see you on the next one.